Okay, we're looking at exam 1, number 4. In exam 1, number 4, it asks us, what is the limit as h goes to 0 of the cosine of pi over 2 plus h minus the cosine of pi over 2, and then the whole thing over h. This would be a rather challenging problem if you were to attempt to evaluate this limit using techniques we've learned in class. You would need to remember some important trig formulas. I actually did a video on finding this limit that you can find on the website. You may want to take a look at that. But this problem can be done much more quickly if you recognize what it is they're giving us here. So look very carefully at the limit they're asking us to find. Do you recognize this? You should recognize this as the definition of the derivative. So what is the definition of the derivative? Well, the definition of the derivative is it's the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Compare this definition with what is written in the problem. There are a couple of differences. First of all, what is f of x? Well, in this problem, f of x is actually the cosine of x. So that's showing us that what's going on here involves the derivative of the cosine function. A student who is very observant will also notice that instead of x's we have a pi over 2. So what we really have here is this is the definition of the derivative of the cosine of x evaluated at pi over 2. I'll write that right here. This is really the derivative of the cosine of x evaluated at x equals pi over 2. By the way, this can be written another way. We could write this as d dx of the cosine of x evaluated at x equals pi over 2. So what is this derivative? Well, you are expected to know that the derivative of the cosine of x is the sine of x. It's the negative sine of x. We have to evaluate that at pi over 2, so we'll put it in pi over 2. So the sine of pi over 2 is 1, and the negative sine of pi over 2 is negative 1. So there is our answer.